Let me see how you will succeed in this business. If I will not succeed, then you won't as well. Nonsense. You mean Mama Bissi's jollof rice has just finished again before noon? Yes, but that's not the shocking part. Someone tried to destroy her. Poison, lies, even juju. What? Wait, so why is Mama Bissi still thriving? I comot cap for that woman, oh?
Okay, let's go back to the beginning of the story about Mama Bissi's jollof rice. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, like, and share this video. This encourages me to keep making beautiful videos like this. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I do not take this for granted. In the lively city of Abeokuta, there was a small street called Buka Street, famous for different local foods. But among all the food sellers there, one woman stood taller than the rest. Her name was Mama Bissi. She was not rich when she started. She was just an ordinary widow trying to survive and train her 2 children. But God blessed the work of her hands, especially her jellof rice. People said nothing in Abeokuta tasted like Mama Bissi's jellof. Her rice was deep red, oily but neat, mixed with carrots, green peas, and tiny cuts of liver. The aroma alone could pull people from across the road. Drivers stopped their buses just to buy. Office workers sent messengers. Students saved money just to eat there on Fridays. Very early each morning, Mama Bissi would light her firewood, tie her wrapper firmly, and begin cooking with joy. She always prayed before touching her pot. By 10 a.m., customers would already fill her shop. By 1 p.m., everything would be sold out. Because of how fast her food finished, people gave it a nickname, Before You Blink Jellof. Other food vendors on Buka Street sold fried rice, beans, amala, and soup. But their sales could not match hers. Some were happy for her, others were not. Jealous whispers began moving like wind. Her food is too sweet to be ordinary. She must be using something inside. But Mama Bissi ignored gossip. She respected everyone and focused on her work. For 8 good years, her business flourished without trouble. Peace surrounded her shop like a shield. But one afternoon, a new woman walked into Buka Street, carrying an empty cooler and a heavy past. Her name was Kemi, and her arrival would soon test the peace Mama Bissi had enjoyed for years. Kemi's life had not always been this quiet. Years ago, she lived in the busy city of Lagos, moving from club to club, surviving through nightlife and wealthy men. Money came fast then, and she spent it without thinking of tomorrow. But tomorrow finally came. Stress began to weaken her body. Long nights became painful. Customers stopped calling. The friends she partied with disappeared one by one. Soon, survival became difficult. With no steady income left, Kemi left Lagos and relocated to Abeokuta, hoping to start life afresh. She rented a small room near Buka Street and began looking for something honest to do. That was how she discovered Mama Bissi's jellof. The first day she tasted it, she closed her eyes in shock. "This rice is different," she murmured. From that day, she became a regular customer. While eating, she always watched the crowd, the rushing customers, the money exchanging hands, the empty pots before afternoon. One afternoon, after finishing her plate, a thought entered her mind. If this woman can make this much money from jellof, then I can too. The idea grew stronger each day. Finally, she gathered courage and approached Mama Bissi. She greeted politely and spoke with humility. "Mama Bissi, life is hard for me. I want to start selling food too. Please don't be offended." Mama Bissi looked at her calmly and smiled. "My sister, there is space for everyone to succeed. I don't fight people's progress." Kemi thanked her repeatedly, relief washing over her. 2 weeks later, Kemi opened a small stall just a few shops away. She cooked jollof rice. She copied everything, the color, the ingredients, even the style of garnishing. But when customers tasted it, they didn't return. Days passed with little or no sales. Meanwhile, Mama Bissi's shop remained crowded daily. Jealousy slowly began knocking on Kemi's heart.
Weeks passed, and Kemi's frustration grew heavier with each passing day. She woke up every morning full of hope, arranging her small stall neatly, polishing her pots and preparing her jollof rice with care. But the customers hardly came, and when someone did taste her rice, they never returned. Meanwhile, Mama Bissi's shop was a constant celebration of life. Laughter, clattering plates, and exchanging naira filled the air every day. People waited in line, chatting and smiling while Mama Bissi stirred her golden pot with calm hands. Kemi couldn't understand it. "We cook the same food," she whispered to herself one evening, her hands trembling. "Why is mine not moving and hers is always full?" At night, when Buka Street became quiet, Kemi began spying. She hid behind walls, under trees, or behind market stalls, trying to catch Mama Bissi doing something unusual. She imagined Mama Bissi performing strange rituals. Perhaps she whispered words over her pot, or sprinkled charms, or did something magical. Kemi wanted proof. Night after night, she waited. But Mama Bissi did nothing. She prayed quietly, slept peacefully, and prepared her food normally. No rituals, no charms, no magic at all. Exhausted and frustrated, Kemi muttered, "There's nothing special, but why does she succeed while I fail?" Anger slowly replaced confusion. "If I cannot find her secret," Kemi whispered, "then I will destroy her business." The thought brought a strange comfort to her heart. From that night, Kemi stopped hiding. She began plotting. A dangerous plan was forming. A plan born not from desperation, but from envy. And once envy enters a heart like hers, nothing good can grow alongside it. Her eyes now glimmered with greed and determination. She would do whatever it took to take what Mama Bissi had, even if it meant stepping into darkness. The next market day arrived bright and busy on Buka Street. Smoke rose from different food stalls as sellers prepared their meals. But as always, the strongest aroma came from Mama Bissi's stand. Her large iron pot sat proudly on firewood, filled with bubbling jollof rice. Customers had already started gathering, holding plates and coolers, waiting patiently. Kemi watched from her stall, pretending to fan her own fire, but her eyes were fixed on Mama Bissi's pot. Her heart pounded fast. Inside her pocket was a small nylon of white powder, something she had secretly bought from a roadside herbal seller. The woman had told her it could scatter customers and spoil business. Kemi didn't even know what it truly contained. All she knew was that jealousy had pushed her too far to turn back. That morning, she had decided. If her customers fall sick after eating, they will stop coming, she said within herself. Not long after, her opportunity came. Mama Bissi turned to her assistants. "Watch the fire," she said. "Let me get more water inside." The moment she stepped away, Kemi moved quickly. She rushed to the pot, her hands shaking violently. She looked left, then right. Nobody noticed her. In one swift motion, she poured the white powder into the jollof rice and quickly stirred the top with the spoon beside the pot. Her breathing became heavy as she hurried back to her stall. Moments later, Mama Bissi returned and continued cooking, completely unaware. By afternoon, something unusual happened. Mama Bissi's food finished faster than ever before. Late customers, still hungry, had no choice but to try Kemi's stall. Kemi smiled proudly as she served them. "My time has come," she whispered. But joy quickly turned to disaster. Within minutes, customers began clutching their stomachs, shouting and running in different directions. Chaos filled Buka Street. Kemi stood frozen. She wanted Mama Bissi's downfall, but somehow the calamity had landed on her instead. After the chaos at Kemi's stall, Buka Street fell into whispers. Word spread fast.
"Don't eat Kemi's jollof rice. It will make your stomach ache." For days, no one came near her small store. Her pot sat full, untouched. Customers who once passed by her now avoided her entirely. Even those who had tried her food before came running to Mama Bissi's shop instead. Meanwhile, Mama Bissi's business remained untouched. Her customers laughed, ate, and returned day after day. Nothing seemed to disturb her peace. She continued her work with a calm heart, unaware of the evil that had tried to touch her. Kemi, however, could not understand what had happened. She sat in her empty shop, trembling, her heart pounding. "I did everything to destroy her," she whispered, "and yet she still grows. How is this possible?" Shame and anger battled inside her. She felt powerless for the first time in her life. Her jealousy had cost her everything: money, dignity, and respect. But instead of learning, Kemi's envy grew deeper. "I will not fail again," she muttered quietly, her hands shaking. "If I cannot rise, then she must fall." Kemi spent the next week hiding her shame from everyone while plotting her next move. She visited a native doctor far outside the city, asking for charms and spells that would harm Mama Bissi. She wanted power, the kind that could blind her rival's success forever. The native doctor warned her, "This woman is protected. Any evil sent her way will return to you. Be careful." But Kemi refused to listen. Her jealousy had clouded her mind. She gave him money, insisted he perform the ritual, and left with a heavy heart full of wicked intentions. Little did she know, the consequences of her actions would strike her first, and strike in a way she would never forget. Kemi returned from the native doctor that evening with a strange sense of victory in her heart. The old man's warning echoed in her ears, but she ignored it. "All I want is for one of her eyes to go blind," she had said. "Let her suffer small the way I have suffered." Before leaving, the native doctor performed the ritual slowly, chanting words Kemi did not understand. Smoke filled the hut, and the air grew heavy. "This is your last warning," he told her again. "If her heart is truly clean, this darkness will return to you." But Kemi collected her charm and left without fear. That night, she slept peacefully for the first time in weeks. In her dreams, she saw Mama Bissi crying, customers abandoning her shop, and her business collapsing. She smiled in her sleep. Early the next morning, Kemi jumped out of bed excitedly. She rushed to her mirror, eager to dress up and go witness Mama Bissi's downfall. But the moment she looked into the mirror, her smile disappeared. Her right eye saw clearly. Her left eye saw nothing. Only darkness. Kemi blinked repeatedly. She rubbed her eye hard. Still nothing. Fear gripped her chest. She splashed water on her face again and again. No change. Her left eye had gone completely blind. A loud scream escaped her mouth as she stumbled backward, knocking over a stool. "This cannot be happening," she cried. Her hands shook as she reached for her phone and called the native doctor, tears pouring down her face. "I warned you," his voice came calmly. "The evil has returned to the sender." Kemi collapsed to the floor, weeping bitterly. She had wished darkness for another, but darkness had chosen her eye instead. Kemi's cries filled her small room as she held her face, rocking back and forth on the floor. My eye, she sobbed. Fear had completely replaced the pride she once felt. The same darkness she wished for Mama Bissi had now become her reality. For 2 days, Kemi locked herself indoors, covering her blind eye with a scarf. She refused to step outside. Shame and pain ate deeply into her heart. When the news reached her mother in the village, the old woman rushed to Abeokuta immediately. The moment she saw Kemi's condition, she burst into tears. "What have you done to yourself?" she cried. Kemi confessed everything: the jealousy, the poisoning, the lies, the native doctor, and the ritual meant to blind Mama Bissi. Her mother was heartbroken. Without wasting time, she carried Kemi straight to Buka Street. That afternoon, customers watched in silence as Kemi and her mother knelt before Mama Bissi's store. Through tears, Kemi begged, "Mama Bissi, forgive me. I tried to destroy you. I wanted your eye to go blind. But now I am the one suffering." The entire street became quiet. Mama Bissi looked at her for a long moment, her face calm, her eyes full of pity. Then she spoke softly. "My sister, I have never wished evil for you. I have never harmed anyone. My late father blessed me before he died. He said if I keep my heart clean, evil sent to me will return to the sender." She paused, then continued gently, "But I forgive you. I leave everything to God." Kemi was taken home still blind in one eye. But 1 week later, light slowly returned. Her sight was restored. Ashamed and broken, she left Abeokuta forever. And Mama Bissi's Jellof continued to shine, sweeter than ever. Thank you so much for watching. I know you enjoyed the story. Please let us know your thoughts concerning this story in the comment section. Don't forget to like and share this video. Till I see you on my next one, remain blessed.